On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, we're going to wrap up 2024. We're going to give you the highlights from beginning to end. All the car builds put together, one video. I hope you enjoy it. Have a happy new year, and we're going to see you guys in 2025. Well, we are, where the hell are we? Shucky's in Danielson. No, Brooklyn. So, we picked Evan up his first project car. What do you think of this toilet?
Toilet? I think that's an insult.
That is an 87 Pontiac Trans Am GTA with a 91 Formula motor in it. It is tune port. The wiring in this car, sketchy at best. It's got this exhaust on it, which is almost insulting. You'll be lucky this thing even runs.
Ah, come on.
Named this car Fire Hazard. It's got some wiring issues. I don't know if you guys can see this on video, but right there, there's a pinhole. So somebody backpinned the solenoid wire to see if it was getting power. I did the same thing. It does get power, it doesn't engage. It looks like a pain in the ass to get the starter out. I think the exhaust has to come out. Whatever, we'll have to do that. Line it up. I mean, worst case scenario, I gotta buy a starter anyway, right? Right. It's almost easier to do this than it is to take the whole starter out because everything is so packed in there. Oh, okay. That's awesome. The whole back seat is full of water. Yeah. It's fine. Just don't pay attention to that. I drove down to my father-in-law's house, and this came home with us. This is a 1975 Goldwing Honda GL 1000. He bought this new in 76. I got the title. It was a leftover. He bought it brand new, and it hasn't run in over 30 years. I mean, that should be fine, right? So right in here, there's this little plug, and you pull it out. And then this thing slides in there. And this is a Kickstarter. And then hopefully it's not in gear, but... And that's turning the engine over. You can feel the compression, but there's no abrupt stops. It's not doing anything funny. He converted this to electronic ignition. So I'm not sure why we couldn't just try to get it to run. We're just going to try to make it work because Evan wants to take her for a ripper. Evan, you're going to be driving this thing, and all of a sudden there's going to be a fire like right underneath where your sack is.
Oh God!
And you're going to be like, "I'm on fire!"
He's roasting on marshmallows.
You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. Bowl gaskets and stuff. We can get them all off great. If not, I'll throw carb kits at it. That's $50. I'm not going to cry about it. I actually looked further into this tank because I took the sending unit out. There's like no rust in there. I know you can't see in there. I think it was just the neck right here from the condensation. I wiped that out. The tank looks mint. So the kit that I ordered to coat the tank, I'm just gonna send back because I'm not spending $50 I don't need to spend. Let's get all the dirt. Wow, guys. Maybe the La Awesome plus the Vivor is the ticket. Oh, well, okay. Here's the problem. I don't know if this solvent's gonna eat the aluminum. We'll find out together. Oh wow, that looks like dead new. Let's flip it over. Can we flip it over? Like the 9th gate of hell outside is so hot. I bet it fires right back up. It doesn't have a muffler on one side. Consequently, it is smoking like a chimney again. I got new pistons for the calipers. I got a new caliper kit. I already put the seal in. I wasn't running the camera because, frankly, we're way behind. And I just threw some spray paint on it. Obviously, spray paint does not hold up to brake fluid, so if you spill it all over the place, you're not going to get anywhere with it. It's just going to leak. You gotta pick it up. Stop being a baby. Use your baby hands. The caliper does caliper things. All right, to bleed these, I just threw this vacuum bleeder on here, and I let it sit for a little bit. And then I pumped and then cracked it with the vacuum bleeder, so it pulled it in. That way we're not spilling brake fluid all over the place. Well, I got it on, but the center stand is definitely hitting the pipe. We're gonna clearance the muffler. Make a big enough dent in it. Then we can see a mark. Can we do it with this thing? Probably. There, clearanced. Clearance. We're going to change spark plugs, throw the seat on it, and air up what's left of these tires, and roll this hog out. Let's go ride it. Yeah, brakes are not good. Well guys, we made it back from our maiden voyage. Overall, bike runs actually really good. It's got a little bit of decel pop because of the exhaust, I believe. Probably could use a little bit more on the idle circuit. It cleans up when it warms up, it revs nice. Front brakes, not great. This master cylinder is a universal master cylinder. I don't believe the piston's large enough, and I don't think it pushes enough fluid. I mean, if you strangle it, it'll stop the bike, but ultimately I think I'm just gonna get a new replacement master, even if I gotta get a used one that's freed up and we'll rebuild it. The back brakes work surprisingly well, and we do have tires and tubes coming for this. I do have one rear tire. The front tire never showed up, guys, so you know, we can't do a tire change for you in this video, but overall, it's a good running bike. On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, Jess and I start taking apart the 1973 International 1210, so this, in a 2008 Mercury Grand Marquis, can make a baby. This is a 1973 International 1210. It has a 304 with a 3-speed. It does run. No brakes. It is a 3/4 ton truck, I-beam front suspension. It's pretty banged up, but we're going to straighten it out. I have another grill for another year that's driver qualities. So the idea is we're going to take this cab, and we're going to take a Crown Vic or a Mercury Grand Marquis, and we're going to use their firewall, and then we're going to have to cut down the bed and make it a short bed for whatever the wheelbase equals when we're done moving the cab and the nose onto the other chassis. Yes!
You sound like the things from the Dark Crystal.
Now you're telling everyone how old you are.
Oh.
Maybe underneath where it's rotted. You know, because why wouldn't you put it where it's rotted? That's the perfect hole. You know? There's nothing like finding the perfect hole. What are you laughing at? Okay.
Spinning.
It's knitting.
Spinning.
And knitting.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Please be careful.
I feel like as far as OSHA standards go, this is probably spot on with being the way you're supposed to do this.
Right. Safety.
Safety first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how are you gonna fit through there though?
Fit through where?
The side of the garage.
You mean out the door? You mean the door that goes out to the side?
Okay.
You're so pretty.
You're a hazard at the job site. It's because you're distracting me with your beauty.
You're not gonna fit that through.
Yes, I will.
See?
Oh, okay.
Don't you worry about that. Trans tunnel on bolts. That came out nice. Half the wiring in the dash I just snipped, just cut out. We have extensive rust damage here. Yeah, I think it's gonna work great. Alright, fire check. Man, hardly any smoke. Plenty of airflow, so you know the fumes they'll get you. They'll get you. And we're gonna cut those out. This thing's teetering around. So if you guys are doing this, don't do what I do. Guys, anything I do is probably dangerous, honestly. I used to have a disclaimer I put in every single video. I'm like, well, people should know better than to kind of do what I do. But maybe some of you don't. So here's your verbal disclaimer. Everything I'm doing is dangerous and you could get hurt. So whatever, take it for what it's worth. When you guys come over to your car, you just want to, you know, put your kids in it, your wife, you just, you know, with a razor blade. It actually is pretty easy now. Then you take your handy dandy razor blade and you get in there deep. There you go. Well, sorry to whoever wanted that door. Let's all go on the scrap. I got quite a mess. Jess is not going to be pleased. Another fighter has entered the ring.
Ready to work.
Ready to work. You look too pretty to work. You're not even dirty.
Not yet.
I like your little work suit. It's cute.
Holy cow.
What? She's fine. Don't touch anything. There's glass everywhere. So now at this point, we should be able to lift it, hopefully, and it should slide this way. If it doesn't, if this starts to teeter, just move. I don't care if it falls, okay? You ready?
What if you push from back there?
Huh? That's
Yeah,
where I'm going.
like get in it. There you go.
Almost ripped the gas off.
That would be bad.
Okay, that went the wrong way. It's heading
Yeah.
towards my car.
You wanted it to go forward, not sideways.
So how's your day going, guys? Good?
Now what?
Just pay no. Everything's fine.
I'm staying way
You
back.
get over there.
Way back here. Victory!
I'm like 5'11"-ish. I got my boots on, so maybe 6 feet, 5 3/4. Carry the 2. It's pretty tall. I mean, you know. So we're gonna get the car, try that, and see if we can just slide it in deeply.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Okay, well, man, it really does not look like it's gonna fit. Let's see if it fits now. Here I come, baby. Check engine light. I'm not playing around. Let's hope that's enough cutting, because honestly there's not a whole lot more I can cut. All right, it is down. I notched this, so this could move if it needs to. The frame's got plenty of room so we can build brackets. Same on this side, where obviously we'll pretty it up. And this fits, right? So no matter if it moves up or down to be level, it's basically in there. That's a mosquito. It's gonna bite me. And then we'll just make sure we get it where we need it, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a correct way to do this, and I'm not really sure what it is, but can't imagine we're gonna screw it up too badly. Don't breathe it. Don't breathe it. Guys, use a respirator. Don't be stupid. Don't be like me. I light things on fire, paint things, no respirator, whatever. Just spray paint. All the garage doors are open. Relax, stop crying. Oh, the fan is on for a reason.
You're fatter in person.
I'm sweating. This was way harder to put back in. It kind of fell out. I kind of knew that. Like, man, I'm gonna have a hard time getting that back in. And I did. I struggled. I didn't have you guys on, but you didn't trust, you guys, you didn't want some bleeding all over the place. You did not want to see that. It was disgusting. Oh, got it. You gotta peel it like a grape. Okay. All right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Gonna have to be careful here. We're gonna have to be careful welding. Right. Yeah. We're trying to keep this simple. So this is pretty much what we're working with. I trimmed out this corner at the bottom of that with the throatless shear right there. And I think that's going to be easy. So we'll trim it up here so we're only welding to that part, and then we'll do the same thing in the front. We'll just trim it and we'll take that section out. I didn't clearly need that. But other than that, come with me. Come see. So basically, a couple filler pieces in here, right? This actually goes under this one, right? So we're gonna tack all that in, clean it all up, tack it all in, paint the back. But I think that's just how this is gonna live. Kind of like in the inside the dash when the car lit on fire. You guys remember that if you watched that video. That was terrible. Keep her tight. Get her tight, boys. Get her tight. On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, we're going to take a long bed and cut it down to a schmedium bed, and we're going to get it mounted on our Grand Marquis International Chassis Swap. Let's go! And kind of just went along the line as pinning it to it and matching the, you know, as it fell, and then I just kind of pushed it, you know. Not super straight, but it's basically 16 inches all the way up. So what I did here, because this is what happens when you don't have any friends to help you, and that's not true. Every single one of my friends, every one of my friends has offered to help. I don't want to like say that I don't have any friends. Every one of them's like, hey, when you're making videos, if you need a hand, call me. You're too impatient. Sticking with the $9 grinder. Basically, the only thing holding this thing up is there's a jack in the middle, and then there's the jack stand on this side and that side. And I got it pinched right here where it's already cut, so I'm just going to cut this part. I think that's it, guys. How heavy is this? Ooh, this has some weight to it. Alright, I'm stupid. He didn't need those. He didn't need those legs. I broke another tripod. Shocking, I know. So anyway, over here, if this will stay up and not fall on me. So I got it tacked on the top, and I like this curve here. So it's too wide this way. So I'm gonna take the cutoff wheel and just run the disc down it so we have a uniform line that we can weld to, and then I can kind of pry and twist as I go. This line lines up good. This lined up perfect right here. And then as you pull this out, I mean, this is actually as it goes. I mean, the problem is the bed is so damaged, and this side does not have a brace that's very good. And then you kind of feel with your hand. No, can't say the way that's the way I envisioned it. Things didn't go well. Let's just put it that way. I cut it around with a plasma cutter, but then there's the support braces for the quarter panels, and those you gotta sawzall through. And then I realized I cut too close in here, so they cut back out. You know, kind of learning as we go. All right. So in order to clearance so we can get into the pocket of the bed, I think this is enough. It's really only like an inch, so I got an little bit extra room. Well, dude, this thing slammed. That's awesome. Kind of loving it like that. Let me see here. Yeah, it just needs to be dropped in the back, maybe half an inch. It looks pretty damn good. Now I just got to build some braces for it. All right, guys, I absolutely love the way this is coming out. It's a long journey for me, never done this before. A lot of it I've never done before. Still got to finish welding the bed, got to pinch it in underneath. Since we only have the one support in the back, the bed is sagging, so it does, I mean, how does it look? I mean, it looks like it's maybe sagging in the back. So I think that we're gonna, when we build our actual braces, we're gonna have to lift this up a bit.
On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, we're finally going to work on my truck.
Jess's 1964 F100 has needed some love for about, I don't know, 4 years. We've had this truck forever, and Jess has always wanted to drive it, but we're going to do it a little different. We're going to do a Crown Vic swap in the front. We'll probably slam it down. We're going to do an entire engine swap.
Let's go.
No, there's a nut. Somebody actually had a nut behind it. How the hell did they even do that? I know how they did it. They bondoed over it.
Yeah, rip it
Let's
off.
chuck it. Chuck is junk.
No.
Oh yeah, that was all. See that right there?
No.
Zoom in right here. See this? Right there? That's my skin. See?
Ew.
Yeah, that was a good one. Look at this.
That's bleeding.
Would you just look at it?
Has this been the easiest part so far?
This truck. This will fight you. These old trucks. We should just get a new car to work on.
See?
Don't you worry about that. Your turn. Go that way. Don't come to me.
There's nowhere to go.
Yay!
Holy crap.
Oh, the camera was off. You have to do it again.
No.
I'm just kidding. Jess is gonna get it off the jack stands.
I
So
can't really see, so tell me when to stop.
I think you're good. All right, so we're gonna lower it back down. This looks like it just pulls forward. It's not like you got to come up out of the mounts like a small block Chevy. So I think we can just scooch it forward. The drive shaft will fall off the back, and then we can just pull this out. What do you think?
Whatever you say.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it. All right, you ready?
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Well,
Go.
let's not hit the tripod.
Don't hit the tripod. Okay. Your jerking motion is too violent. You're a violent jerker.
Oh my
I mean, I know that, but these guys don't know that.
Ah!
Oh, perfect!
Yeah, but it's banging on everything.
It's banging!
And still dripping
Ah.
everywhere.
Well, grab something.
Like
help,
what?
Help me.
Wrap a towel around that.
Help me. Help! Turn the thing so you can see. No one knows. At least we have fun doing this.
So what has to happen here? This is a 64, different than a 66 frame. The 66 frame has the cross member in the middle. Anything that has an IFS front end, this has an I-beam. So we're gonna be able to actually leave this. And this is nice because then I don't have to weld a piece in.
That's about good. They're pretty much centered. You can kind of, move them in and out before you weld them. I'm not too concerned about any of that because once we burn them in, they're burned in. Not a professional welder and don't claim to be. Anybody that watches my channel, watches my review videos, knows I'm a hobby welder, but that thing? And you? She's not a good welder, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so here's where we're at. Burned them in all the way around. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Jess's quote 64 abomination. You guys are gonna love or hate this episode. Deeply. I mean, guys, it looks like this works the way. I can't even believe that. That header's clearing. We have to make sure we're centered up on the transmission, but it's offset just a smidge to the passenger side. It's almost not noticeable, and the motor's sitting pretty low. I like everything going on right here. I think that's going to do it. And that's going to sit right there. Now, we're probably going to touch the frame. So we're going to have to build just a bracket to go over a little bit. Overall,
I can't say that I'm super pleased with the C-notches, but they're in there and they work and they'll be fine. Would have been nice to just buy a kit that kind of slid in there, and yeah, of course, that probably would have been better at this point. But hey, you never know until you try. I mean, if I had to do it again, could I do it better? Sure. Would it be easier if it didn't have the bed on it? Yeah, yes, absolutely. Do you want a four-wheel drive? Okay, guys, let me just clue you in on a lot of things. Jess doesn't actually like this truck.
No,
And
that's not true.
she's never liked this truck. And no matter what she says in the video, she's full of crap. She wants a square body Chevy and she wants a four-wheel drive.
That's true.
She wants a four-wheel drive, slightly lifted, square body Chevy. And we don't have that. And
So this is what we're dealing with.
this is what you get. Because this is what I felt like building.
Right. So is it my truck or your truck?
Okay, let's just put it this way. Let's put it this way. If you want to drive it, it's your truck. If you don't want to drive it, it's my truck. And if I don't want to drive it, we'll give it to one of the kids.
But you're making it the way you want.
No, I'm making it the way it has to be, because it has to be level.
Okay.
And we're going to get some wheels for
That's
it.
low.
It's not low. I've had way lower vehicles than that.
Oh my God.
Way lower. I didn't lie to you. I said I have to flip the axle, and it's a static amount. You never minded 6 inches before in your life.
Oh.
Okay.
My God.
Just kidding, it's 2.
Wait, so how do you make this happen?
It's got air shocks in it that I built brackets and everything for.
So there's going to be a button in the truck?
No,
Then how do you do this?
you just do it from here once or, and it just stays up like that.
Okay.
So what we're going to try to do today is put this stuff in Jess's truck, doing a couple things. Trying to make it safer, all new front end components, and then trying to give her power steering without having to figure out some type of magic between a Chevy power steering pump, not an LS pump, a regular old school pump, and then having to do hose conversions, and then you have to reduce the pressure for the Crown Vic pump. For the Crown Vic rack. I don't want to do any of that. Not bad. That's pretty good. So we'll just clean it up with the flap wheel and do the other side. This thing isn't terribly heavy, but when you're by yourself, you might just want to use a jack, I guess. Spec is 150 foot-pounds, so we are going to use an actual torque wrench because I'm done screwing this up. That's it. You guys didn't even know I owned a torque wrench, did you? Yeah, I know. Jess came out just in time, like always, after I got the steering rack already in. So there she is. Now, you remember what this felt like before?
Yes.
Okay. She was a sloppy girl, wasn't she? Yeah. Go feel the steering with no power to it, and feel if it's all sloppy mess again.
It's tight.
She's tight. She's tight. She hates when anybody on YouTube calls inanimate objects sexy.
Yeah. No, I didn't say I hate it. It's
Look at that.
It's funny.
Oh, she's good. Welcome back to Dave's makeshift steering. I know it looks fabricable, but all we're doing is just powering it with the battery. Engine's not gonna run. We're gonna go to Jess. And we're gonna go right here. Now, there's no power to this.
Can you take off these?
There's no power to this. Can you turn the wheels?
No.
Like, no, give it hell.
I'm trying.
Okay, you are moving them, just barely though.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, now I'm gonna go powered up, and I'm gonna tell you when to turn, and you're gonna see if you can turn them, okay? All right, see if you can turn it now. Oh, can you? Is it easy?
Yes.
You're kidding. Keep going. All right, straighten it back out.
Good?
Now I just connected power. Can you turn it now?
No.
What are we gonna build? We had dual stainless 2.5 on it. Jess loved where the exhaust came out. She's very
adamant, I don't want that changed. She goes, I don't want you to shove it through the bed. I don't want teardrop shapes. I just want it where it was. Please just do that for me. I said, fine. But we are going to liven it up. And you stay as straight as you can. Like that. We're going to flip it over and do the other side so it doesn't break the tack apart. Anywho, a little hot, lack of gas coverage, pretty decent through here. But you guys get the gist of it. So all we're going to need to do is come out of here into this pipe, which is easy, and then come out of this one, and we got to go up and in on the other side. But guys, I needed this because none of this had gone well for me. Very concerned that I was not going to get this done, but thank God the back kind of just lined right up. X pipe's exactly where I want it. It's not going to hit the drive shaft. Feels like it's getting colder. It is getting colder. Whatever. I mean, not bad, considering I haven't done this in a while. I did pump it. Oh! So this is what your truck's gonna sound like.
That's loud.
It's not loud, it's awesome. You guys always talk about that in the comment section. It's freezing there. I grew up here. This is just how it is. So let's get the old slice and dice out and lop it off. Bam! Ba-cha! Watch your toes! So this is what we took out. Good, bad, or indifferent. Right? Same plane. 26 1/4. I think we're going to be perfect. Once these things settle in, let's measure again. You get it so you guys can't see nothing and I can't hold everything at the same time. All right, we want to be centered on the wheel. Yeah, it's like lower than 26. Okay. All right, I feel good about that. I think it's going to settle more. I think we're going to be exactly where we need. This is, yeah, I think we're good. Man, this is where it's at. I really like it. It sits right, and it is going to just a little bit more. You know, we're going to put probably a 20-inch steely on it. It's not going to get any righter than that. Yeah, there. That Excel distributor was junk. That's all it was. And then I thought it was 180 out, so I switched it. I shouldn't have. I should have just dropped this thing in. So lesson learned, that Excel one's going back. Let's let it warm up and we'll see if we can time it a little bit. It's kind of fogged up in here. Oh, we're already sliding. Okay. I can smell tire burning. It's probably not good. All right, here we go. Main voyage. Before any part throttle, you would break up badly. Oh, shifts. Oh, shifts hard. Wow. Probably that's so cold. Steering is real direct. Super tight. I love it. It's like driving a little go-kart. That window is not rattling. Stops awesome. Oh, we're sliding. That's a big hill. Oh, this thing's got plenty of giddy up. I'm not even a quarter throttle. Jess is gonna do fine in this thing. That custom X-Pipe exhaust sounds amazing. You guys probably can't hear it like I can hear it, but man, I'm impressed by that. Those mufflers are 40 bucks for the pair, I think. I'll link them in the description to this video too. This transmission's been good. Let me get out of it. Oh my god, it's perfect. This one shifts better than the blue AOD. This is 700 R4, so it's got overdrive. Nothing. Guy getting his mail, don't run him over. Oh, it's got all the balls. Ooh, okay, easy. A lot of sand. This truck is not limited slip. She's a peg leg, so probably safer for Jess because she won't wag it out. We made it back. Oh my god, we made it back. The electric power steering is awesome. Hell yeah. Alright guys, that was the poignant builds from Madge Engine Customs in 2024. We also did the tool builds, tool modifications, and tons of reviews. Jess and I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for all the support we've had for the year. Significant growth on the channel. We owe that to you guys, and we're hoping to bring you some quality videos in 2025. Like we always tell you, you guys watched us do all that, and if we can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Have a happy new year.